If you feel bloated on a vegan diet, there's 7 things you can do today to reduce your bloating quickly. And these tips and that step-by-step process that I'm going to outline in this video is real-world proven by the clients that I personally work with. Here's Jens, for example. A big part of him getting in shape was reducing his bloating. Here's Iris. A big part of her feeling feminine, attractive and sexy again was to reduce her bloating. So this science-based step-by-step process that I'm going to outline in this video works both for you if you are a new vegan or if you're a vegan for a multitude of years, meaning a vegan veteran. For those that are new here, hi, my name is Florian. I'm the founder of fitvegans.com, the best online fitness coaching service in my humble opinion. So let's just dive right in. Before we talk about the treatment of bloating, we first have to understand what bloating actually is. An average healthy individual produces about 700 cubic centimeters of gas a day, which is about the volume of this spray thingy here. So this gas production is absolutely normal. What is abnormal in a person that is suffering from bloating is largely the gas transit. So while a healthy person can get rid of the gas quite quickly, a person that is suffering from bloating can't. And that is why the belly expands, because of the gas, right? Over 30 years ago, the link was established between IBS patients, which usually suffer from severe bloating, and a decrease in gas transit time. The treatment options for bloating should then be twofold. Number 1, decrease the total amount of gas produced, and that is unnecessary gas, because not all gas is created equal. The second option should be to speed up the transit time, and that is our main focus because that is most closely correlated with improvements in bloating symptoms. So here's the step-by-step process that you should be doing today to reduce your bloating on a vegan diet. Number 1, reduce the total amount of unnecessary gas. So I put all of the advice here in one point because again, the amount of gas produced is not as important as reducing the gas transit time. Because studies have shown that you can infuse healthy volunteers with a lot of gas and they just do fine. There's 2 things though that are worth noting in total gas reduction. Number 1, avoid carbonated beverages because carbonated beverages are essentially liquids with gas infused in them, right? The second thing that you should do as well if you're suffering from bloating is that you should eat slower and less total volume of food. Because the more food you eat and the quicker you eat the food, the more air you swallow, meaning the more air you will have in your digestive system. So reducing the unnecessary gas with those 2 points is the best way to start, because we really start attacking the problem at its source. Now the best way to continue is to work on the transit time, and this is where you see the biggest benefits. And the best way to start here is to drink enough water. There's nothing that can pass quicker through our body than water. It's liquid, right? One doesn't have to chew water in small pieces, and our enzymes do not really need to break it up. Sure, a lot of water gets absorbed by our body, but also 75% of our feces is water. This study found that even a moderate water intake of 1 liter a day can reduce constipation by 14 times. This is a massive decrease in transit time. And no, the sensation of thirst is not a good indicator whether you're dehydrated or not, because dehydration arises before we are feeling thirst. So you should drink by schedule and not by thirst, and at least 1 gallon per day. So once we have the water intake dialed in, we should be looking at the next step, and that is enough physical activity. This study here showed that just mild physical activity strongly decreased the symptoms of bloating. Our body is made to move, and light physical activity strongly decreases our gas transit time. Now heavy weightlifting is not meant by that. So if you're deadlifting 400 pounds, that will not improve your bloating symptoms. A better way to start here is to simply aim to do 10k steps every single day. You can also combine this with the next step, and the next step is simply to stand more. Because the posture that we have in our day strongly impacts the gas transit time. So if you're suffering from bloating, a good habit to cultivate is to stand more on a daily basis. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to invest in a standing desk. Or even better, a treadmill desk so you can get your walks in while working as well. So you have a win-win situation there. The next step to reduce your bloating symptoms is to eat more veggies. There's nothing that will improve your bloating symptoms more in the long term than having enough fiber in your nutrition. Nothing. The easiest way to do so is to eat more veggies and things such as oatmeal. Studies have shown that enough fiber intake can decrease your transit time in half. But there's a downside to fiber, hence why I noted long term. So an increased fiber intake will lead to an increased gas production because you do have more bacteria in your gut. Which is not an issue if you have no bloating problems, but if you're suffering from acute heavy bloating, then increasing your fiber intake is not the best way to start. But after the previous steps have been put into place that we talked about just a few minutes before, you should absolutely aim to increase your fiber intake to reduce your symptoms over the long term. And that is increasing your fiber step by step to the 30 to 50 grams mark per day. Both Iris and Jens have a daily intake of about 50 grams of fiber a day. There's also a specific study that I found on kiwis that has shown that eating just a few kiwis a day can reduce the total transit time. So it's worth eating about 2 to 3 kiwis a day, which will slowly increase your fiber intake without overdoing it. After that, step number 6, meaning the next step you should do, is to supplement probiotics. During the process of increasing your fiber intake, it's worth supplementing with probiotics because that will facilitate and speed up the changing of bacteria colonies in your gut. Probiotics are literally bacteria that are found in this kind of small capsule here that you eat and then they get released in your gut. You can think of probiotics as an army or army reinforcement that you send into battlefield to fight the good fight. Now it's important to note that the biggest way to change your microbiome is always due to your nutrition, but probiotics can serve as that reinforcement to further facilitate that process of change. The way to start with probiotics is do it gradually. Meaning you start with about 20 billion colony forming units a day, and the colony forming units are basically an indicator of the dosage of the probiotics, so how many bacteria you have in that capsule, and then slowly increase this until you reach 100 billion colony forming units a day. So I'll leave a link to a probiotic supplement that I recommend in the description below. So contrary to other fitness influencers, I have absolutely no incentive to do that, and I don't want any incentive to do that, so I don't earn any commission and I don't sell any supplements. The last step, step number 7, is antibiotics. So once all the previous steps are completed, your bloating should be gone. The only thing to focus now is to maintain this and not mess this up, because the best way to mess the current situation up when you have reduced your bloating is with a course of antibiotics. That is the medication which kills off all the bad bacteria in your body but also kills off all the good bacteria. And in the last previous steps you really put in a lot of work to cultivate the good bacteria. So taking one course of antibiotics will wipe out all your bacteria friends that you have in your gut. Don't get me wrong, so antibiotics are a miracle drug, but they're overprescribed in our current day and age. So if you currently do have a physician, if you have a doctor that is prescribing you antibiotics all the time, it's worth thinking about changing your physician. I would recommend doing so because long term you want to make sure that your gut health is on point. So if you like this video, then why not smash the like button? If you smash the like button, then why not subscribe to this channel? And if you've subscribed to this channel and you're a fellow vegan looking to get in the best shape of your life and reducing your bloating in a professional way, then why not schedule a free call with yours truly by clicking the link in the description below. The best case of scheduling the call is number 1, you get great advice that will help you change your life. Quite cool. The worst case of that call is that you made the decision to change your life and improve your life, you went out of your comfort zone and you only lost about 1 hour. So even the worst case is a quite good case. So click the link in the description to pick a time slot where you can schedule a free call with yours truly before all these slots are taken. So talk to you soon and see you in the next video.